Order. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening. Welcome to the Board of Selectmen's meeting for Tuesday, June 25th. 2019. I'd like to open the organizational meeting by opening up for nominations to appoint a chairman and finance officer for the Board of Selectmen.
Nominate Paul York for chairman.
Okay. Second. All right. Motion second for Paul York.
I move nomination cease.
Okay. Nomination cease. All those in favor of Paul York? 5-0. And the meeting is yours.
Now we'll
Without a gavel.
Without a gavel.
That'll be fine.
Now we'll move to appoint a vice chair, deputy finance officer.
I move Jean Russ.
For vice chair?
Yes.
Second. Move first and second.
I move nomination cease.
Move to cease. All in favor?
5-0.
Yeah, well, he got
Oh, 4-0-1.
He wasn't sure. He's undecided.
4-0-1. All right.
Okay, we will move on to town manager's report.
All right. Okay, so first off, I want to start by congratulating Betty and Paul on your re-elections, and Dennis, welcome to the group.
Thank you. Thank you.
We did send out 30-day lien notices last Friday, and I didn't quite catch the number of lien notices. It was considerably lower than last year, though. So looking for the 2019 taxes to be paid. Also, I'm going to be out of town July 1st through the 8th for vacation. If you need any assistance, you can contact Chief Bucknam. And we have the masonry repair work bid for the municipal building. That closes July 2nd at 1 o'clock. You can visit our website for more information or contact Jeff Hewitt's office. Also, our offices will be closed on July 4th for Independence Day. And then before you, I have a grant form. I'm requesting Selectmen approval to accept a grant in the amount of $1,000 from AARP through Somerset Public Health. That's to implement the age-friendly community action plan and to approve the contract with Somerset Public Health for said funds.
And there's no matching?
No match.
Okay.
I move that we accept the grant.
Second.
We have a first and second to accept the grant for $1,000. Any further discussion? All in favor? Passes 5-0.
Thank you. And there's some community events coming up. The free summer movie series this year is being held at the Margaret Chase Smith School. That's every Tuesday night at 6:30 from now through August 6th, except for July 2nd. More information is on the Chamber of Commerce's Facebook page. They're doing that in conjunction with KB Cap and Somerset Public Health. They also have free meals available before the movie. And then free concerts in the park. Those start July 7th through August 25th. That's every Sunday night at 5 o'clock. And you can get more information on Cleveland Park's website. That's all I have.
Thank you. Any items for the public? Seeing none. Selectmen's items. Betty.
There's still lots going on in the town of Skowhegan. One of the new things tomorrow morning at Miller's Table, I think it's at 9:30, there's an event for older folks like me, to go and have discussions. I think it's partially put on by AARP, and the Miller's Table has offered there. So if people get to see this, probably they won't get to see it in time, but hope to see lots of people there for coffee and discussion. And that's it.
Roger.
Yes, sir. Last week I mentioned Gifford's Ice Cream, the ad I saw at Boston Garden. I consider Gifford's an institution in the town of Skowhegan. This week I'd like to mention another business, Skowhegan Electric Motors. It's been here since 1946. It's third generation of ownership. Scott Adams and Mike Adams, current owners. I think everybody knows that Mike was in a horrific motorcycle accident. There's donation cans around town everywhere, and he's in pretty rough shape. But he's still with us. We attended an event at the Elks Lodge on Sunday that was really well attended. They raised a lot of money for him. And my point is that I'd like, really proud to be a resident of the town of Skowhegan. They've really come to the aid of this family in a big way. So if anybody can give anything to this family, they're really in a major need. So kudos to the town of Skowhegan for stepping up to the plate.
Thank you. Dennis, go ahead.
The only thing just come to my attention today was that over at Quinn Hardware, there's a sign up there that says Tom and Vanessa are going to have a celebration of life ceremony. And I'm just wondering if there's anyone from this board that's going to represent the board where she was on it.
When is it, Dennis?
I'm not sure.
It's on Sunday.
I think it's on Sunday, and I'd planned on,
Yeah, and I would plan on being there too.
Good. Thank you.
So it's at Sunday at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
At Linda.
The 30th? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Gene?
I'm good.
The only thing I have, welcome aboard, Dennis.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Betty, re-election.
Thank you. You too.
And other than that, I have nothing. Department and committee reports. Craig. Greg.
I just got a call today from a contractor that's doing the bridges. They're gonna start July 8th, and Pike will be grinding through Skowhegan starting on the 14th. That's all night work. That's the east of West Front Street, down the Waterville Road and West Front Street projects.
And while you're talking, I actually did have a couple of things, but I didn't know if you was gonna mention it, so. But you didn't, so I'm gonna ask. North Ave paving, when's this occurring? Just because people keep asking me.
North Ave is still on hold because we need to fix the East River Road, so that'll bring those guys back to town. I met with Dave West last week. He's the contractor for B&B paving, and he's trying to schedule it in because we're going to reclaim that section of the road that collapsed and add gravel and reclaim and then pave it. So I'm guessing it shouldn't be any more than another 2 weeks. Don't really have a definite date right now.
And what's the status of our sweeper?
They still have it.
What's wrong with it?
Where do we start?
That many things?
Uh-huh.
I said that many things?
Yeah. Yeah, several things. And I've met with the company's rep, and he's assured me that they're gonna fix everything that's wrong with it. And I left it with him that I didn't want it. I wanted money gas on the machine. So I don't know. They haven't got back to me since, but they are continuing to fix all the things that are wrong with it. So, let you know how it goes.
What are we doing in the meantime for a sweeper? Are we doing anything?
Well, I rented Jimmy's here, couple Fridays ago to clean up the downtown. And then, you know, if I don't have the sweeper by next week, we'll sweep up the downtown before the 4th. That's about all I can do.
And fountains, where do we stand with our fountains that are not running yet?
Friday, the water company was asked to turn the water on, and so I'll check with them, because they weren't on yet, so. The pumps are in and power's there, they're all ready to go, we just need water.
Okay. Brett?
All set, thank you.
Chief?
The fire truck that went out for some paint issues last week, that's back in service. Came back today. That was the last of the paint warranty stuff. So the warranties run out, so from here on out, it's our responsibility, unfortunately. But at least we were able to get the few issues it did have, we were able to catch it and get that under the warranty. And then I just heard from the road commissioner that they're going to start working on the bridges on the 8th, so we get excited about that.
So camp postcards going on all this week. I'll be traveling down there tomorrow to meet up with Officer Dagnall down there. We've been doing it for the past 13 years. It's a great event for the kids. We've got 4 kids from Skowhegan that are attending that camp this year, which is a great opportunity for them to do so. So it's well organized and it's a great event. Over the weekend, we had a couple of cars that got stolen in town. People stealing cars because you're leaving your keys in the ignition. Stop doing that, please. Roll up your windows, lock your cars, take your keys with you, because they steal your car and they're taking everything with it, and it's just a big hassle for everybody, especially when you don't get your car back the way that you parked it in the driveway. But there's not much we can do. There's no hot wiring experts in the town of Skowhegan that I'm aware of, so if you've left your keys in the car and it's gone, that's the reason. So just please lock up and be diligent on your own end, and we'll do our best to try to track your stuff down. So that's all I have.
Thank you.
Can I ask a question? Does anybody know who bought the, I know you mentioned the car back, the Vermont plate car?
Oh, I hadn't heard back yet. I'd mentioned to Detective Batchelder about the Vermont car with the flat tire in the back parking lot. Can you check on that?
Okay.
Thank you.
Now we will open a public hearing, discussion decision to approve the application for victualler license for the following expiring May 31st, 2020, Howie Power Nutrition, 381 Madison Avenue.
So moved. Oh,
We have to-
excuse me.
Public hearing
Public
first.
hearing, my apologies.
Anybody here to speak on that? Seeing nobody, we will close the public hearing. Now, Gene, you can,
I can make the motion to approve.
Second.
so we have a first and second to approve the application for high-powered nutrition. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all's in favor? Passes. 5-0. Consent agenda.
Make a motion, we approve the consent agenda.
Second?
We have first and second to approve the consent agenda. Any further discussion? All in favor? Passes 5-0. Regular agenda, discussion decision to accept a donation from Len,
From Lynn.
yeah, I'm not even gonna try to attempt that last name, the amount of $100 for the police department.
So moved.
Second.
We have a first and second, any further discussion? All in favor? Passes 5-0. Discussion decision to expend an amount not to exceed $12,024 from the sale of town-owned property account for the purchase of the property located at 11 Main Street.
So moved.
Second?
We have a first and second, any further discussion?
Just because the attorney's office was so adamant that we add that you authorize me to sign the closing documents, could you add that to your motion in second, please?
Move that, add you to sign, give you the authority to sign the closing document.
Thank you.
Second.
Any other,
I take it you must have talked to the power company and the phone company about the removal of that pole right there on the corner. That is going to be, if I'm on the right corner, West Front Street and Main Street,
Yeah, that'll have to be moved.
there's a big pole with a lot of cable and a lot of wire on it, right there.
The design for the turn lane hasn't been done yet, so we don't know that they would have to be moved. We don't know that it has to be.
Okay.
DOT will notify him anyway. The parties
Well,
involved.
I mean,
If you're making a turning lane, I would think you're going to widen out that corner to make people can go up.
we haven't designed it yet, so we
okay.
don't know, but, you know, my thoughts were it's gonna be somewhat similar to the one across the street. It's its own lane.
Okay.
Dissect the property, so the poles where they are would be in the island as opposed to.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
anything further? All in favor? Discussion decision to award the equipment lift bid. The following bids were received. ARI Phoenix Inc. Did 2. Express Fleet put a bid in. Napa put a bid in. And Greg Dorr recommends awarding the equipment lift bid to ARI Phoenix Inc. with a total bid price of $36,537.71 and expending that amount from the Highway Department Reserve Account Equipment Replacement Designation.
So moved.
Second?
We have a first and second. Any further discussion?
Yeah, I just have a question for Greg about why you chose the 36. Does it have a little bit, is it because of the seconds that it lifts?
No, it's wireless, so you don't have the cables going between the posts. And the other thing too is that you can, this battery operated, so the only post, there's only one post that's actually plugged in, and it only has to be plugged in to charge. So you can put these posts anywhere you want. So, but I was talking with Randy about it between the two, because the first set is identically what we have, and they're pretty much, they're stuck in the garage. But if you wanted to, say, pull it out to pick up a pickup on the outside for some reason, you could do that with these because the battery operated. Pick them up.
Okay, thank you.
And that was gonna be my question, because I'm thinking, I mean, we're not gonna be moving this thing. I mean, it's gonna be, I can't see us moving this thing anywhere. I guess I mean, why would you move this, start moving these posts around? To me, that just, you're asking for trouble.
If you have, well, if you have a loader in the bay, it's, you know, it's disabled, but you have pickup, or even a dump truck that needs to be worked on, you know, where you can just take the lifts, put them out front on the pavement, and you can pick them up outside. I mean, have we ever done it before? No. You know, the lifts that we have right now, you know, you can do it, but you gotta drag the cords with it, and I don't know if we have enough cord, but just, for the $2,000, it was a nice little addition, and it was, you know, I thought that, you know, it would be advantageous for us to buy a set of lifts that offer more opportunity for us. And these are something that we're gonna keep for a long time. You know, things will change, so it might become more advantageous in the future.
So it's more for convenience than anything.
Yeah. And it wasn't the bid. I mean, there was 2 options in the bid. You could do battery operated or, you know, 3 phase.
Anything further? Seeing none, all in favor? Against my better judgment, I will. Discussion decision to award the vehicle charging station partner bid to Revision Energy. Only one bid was received.
So moved.
Second.
We have first and second, any further discussion?
Hooray!
Working on it. We were actively talking to 2 companies. The other company just didn't get it in, but there's a lot of communities talking to a small number of companies at the same time, all trying to get in for this bid, so.
And do they seem to be similar in
Yeah.
their?
I think Revision's fairly, been around a while. Heard a lot about them.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot of solar projects.
All in favor? Discussion decision to allow Jeff Hewitt to apply for the Efficiency Main Level 2 Public Electric Vehicle Charging Stations Grant in the amount of $10,000.
So moved.
Second.
We have first and second, any further discussion? All those in favor? Passes. 5-0. Discussion decision to allow Greg Dorr to send out the Main Street Engineering a request for proposals.
So moved.
Second.
We have first and second, any further discussion? Is the state paying for any of this, or is this all on us, or how's that working?
Just another one of those MPI projects that might be good. Here in North Avenue. They pay half, we pay half.
Anything further? All in favor? Discussion decision to create a fire department special revenue account for handling funds received from billing for motor vehicle accidents.
So moved.
Second.
And first and second, any further discussion? Did you bring that payment?
Yeah, you want to know what the fee schedule is?
Yes.
So, and this is on our website. For the fire department, for personnel, for a firefighter is $30 per hour, hazmat technician, $65 per hour, technical rescue, $75 per hour. So that's for individuals, that's what's billed. Vehicles, a utility vehicle, $75, that would be a pickup. An engine or a tanker, $250 per hour. A ladder truck, $350 per hour. The trailers, which are the hazmat trailer or the technical rescue trailer, are $75 an hour, and the boat is $75 an hour.
Now, when are you guys actually called out, or who decides that you guys get called out, or?
So, as far as who decides, I guess the answer to that would be, in the end, I have the ultimate decision on when we're called out and when we're not, based on standard operating procedures and dispatch guidelines. I make those decisions using, one, my best judgment, two, basically, if you look at both NFPA standards and standard dispatch protocols, which are across the United States, that's what we use. The unfortunate thing is today, with the use of cell phones, we're called out unnecessarily fairly often, so we do have an increase in a lot of those calls. But we do respond, I think, to really get down to it with motor vehicle accidents. So we respond to a motor vehicle accident anytime, obviously if there's fire involved, flammable combustible liquids, anytime the vehicle rolls over, anytime an airbag goes off, and anytime there's personal injury reported. We're dispatched to a motor vehicle accident. That's what Comm Center has basically for their SOPs. The unfortunate thing is oftentimes you get vendor benders. Dispatch says, is anybody hurt? People don't stop and check on an accident. They see an accident and call it in. Is anybody hurt? I don't know. So they are on the side of safety when we get dispatch.
And I know I spoke to you reference to this, and reference to this outfit that we go through.
Yep.
And things have been they've been spoken to, reference to, so we don't have issues like we did.
Yeah, so, and this comes from a conversation that we had here at a meeting about billing insurance companies for the services, not going after the individual. And so, of course in Maine there is a requirement that you carry insurance as a driver. Now, you get in an accident, that's what we send it up to, is the insurance company. If somebody, and we saw this, somebody doesn't make a claim, we're not going to go after that individual for that money. Unfortunately, what happened was somebody had an accident, a bill got sent, they didn't file a claim, the insurance company got that bill and said, okay, well now there's a claim. That's not what we want to have happen, so I've spoken with the company that does our billing, and they've changed kind of their process where if there's an accident, we send an invoice to them. They check with the insurance company and make sure that there has been a claim started. If that claim is there, they'll then send that bill. If there hasn't been a claim, they're not going to send a bill. Hopefully that'll take care of that.
I have a question. So, getting back to the money, before all the money went into the general account, here, correct?
It went into...
You folks never saw any of it? Is that the deal?
Well, it wasn't an account that was direct. It was basically, it was accounts receivable that could be used for whatever you guys decided that could be used for. So it wasn't a specific account that was used for just fire department. It would just be, it's just a revenue account where just how it was going.
Were you able to tap into that money at all? Or?
I could come to you guys and request that.
Okay. So now you want control of the money, correct?
No.
No.
What I'm doing this in response to conversations that took place here a month or so ago.
Right.
So the idea is if it's your wish for that to be used at the fire department, based upon conversations that took place here, that's how that would happen. That would go there, and then we would use those funds for items such as I listed there, whether it was gloves, speedy dry, repair or replace equipment, anything that would be used on accidents, that's what that money would be used for.
Okay, I want to get it clear in my head.
Sure.
Anything further? Dennis?
Who was in charge at the scene to tell them, the fire truck, well, but we don't need you, go back?
So the officer on duty is going to make that determination. The fire department will make the determination that we're either needed or not needed.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything further?
Just want to also mention that we budget that as a revenue. So we budgeted not knowing how, this is somewhat of a new venture for us. We budgeted $5,000 for unexpected, for revenues for this purpose. Originally when we started, the first time we budgeted like $30,000, and then because we had trouble collecting, we scaled that back to 5,000. But now we're starting to pick up.
Yeah, so when we first started with the company, we really didn't see a lot of action. We weren't seeing a lot of revenue come in. The company was bought out by a new individual. Since he's been bought out, which has been, I don't know, 7 to 8 months maybe, we've collected around 9,000 the town has come in.
So, if we have this special account, it will still come to us when they want to buy something?
No, special revenue funds. So as an example, when in the past, when another law enforcement agency hired one of our officers that had just newly left the academy, they're required to pay us for their training. So that money, we decided, the board decided years ago to put that in a special revenue account to pay for new officer training, uniforms, equipment, things like that. And that's just spent by the police chief through the regular purchasing policy. So it's not a reserve account where it needs your approval for each and every expenditure. Only if it's at a certain dollar amount that's through the sealed bid process, which I wouldn't expect that consumables would ever come to you.
Anything further? All in favor? Passes 5-0. Discussion decision to approve the recyclable materials agreement with Casella Recycling LLC.
So moved.
Second?
We have first and second, any further discussion?
I just want to point out, I didn't have a chance to do up a memo, but the contract is all, those are all the same dollar figures for recycling. We're doing really well with recycling compared to other communities. The only thing that changed in the contract is the load requirements. So we used to be able to ship 37,000 pounds domestically. Now they've upped that to 40,000 pounds. That's not a problem for us capacity-wise. And the exported amount, we don't export, so that doesn't affect us.
Okay.
All in favor? Passes 5-0. Discussion decision to approve the appointments, selectmen appointments, and selectmen subcommittee appointments with terms expiring June 30th, 2020.
So moved.
Second?
Before we do that, are we going to fill in the
Yeah, before we do that, we need to fill in the
Blanks.
blanks.
All right, so make sure we're all working off of the packet that says item number 9 corrected.
Okay.
First vacant one is channel 11.
So the 7th page,
What is that?
channel 11's Roger.
Oh, okay, I was looking at a different page here. I was trying to get you off the hook, Roger. Damn,
I'm loving it.
oh, okay. Look over here. Gee.
Okay, and we should know too that we don't have to just look at the blank ones. If we have a new person here, if they desire something that somebody else has, they might ask, right?
It's true.
Because some of
Somebody
us,
wants to get off.
some of our names are
Right.
on there a lot.
Yeah.
Right, if you've been in a place for a long time and you feel that it needs some new blood, you can certainly make that suggestion as well.
Well, for instance, I've been on the Skowhegan Economic Development Committee, and if someone has a great desire to do that, that would be fine. I'm okay staying, but... Oh, and before that, we have Community Development Review Board, and that's vacant.
And fence viewers.
Any takers?
Dennis, did you wish to be on the Community Development Board?
Sure, put me on.
You've done that before, right, Betty? That's, no, that one doesn't come up too often. Fence viewers is one of those old state statutes that doesn't,
I was a fence viewer, and I did have to do that once. I did have to go view a fence once,
several,
but that was maybe like
several
8 or
years
9 years ago. So it doesn't happen very often, so would you like to? Yeah.
How'd that work out for you?
Oh, it's really good, yeah.
So that was a Dennis.
So Dennis
Dennis,
said he
yes.
will, yep.
Should I be on the second bridge committee?
Selectmen aren't listed, I don't think, on that.
We have a separate
Right.
Yeah,
list.
Just curious.
Hold on, where is it?
Oh, she didn't put it on here.
She was
It's not-
supposed to get that on
Beyond
there.
selectmen
Yeah,
appointments.
it's not here.
Okay, so let's add that one down at the bottom. So Second Bridge, that is currently Betty and Roger. I know we talked about it.
yeah.
She just didn't get it on there. It was
Well, she
like-
added it to this appointments list, but she
And
forgot to add it to this.
I'm fine with continuing.
Yeah,
Are you, Roger?
I am too.
Okay,
Oh, it's on here.
so are we done with the first page? Of selectmen's,
Yes.
moving on to the next one? Administrator, the first vacant one is assessor's office.
Last page.
Is that where we are?
Yep.
Yeah, no, we're on the second page of the selectmen's.
No, I was talking to Christine about something else.
Yeah, I got you. So yes, assessor's office, that one's vacant.
How about it, Dennis?
Okay. That gives me 3, you can forget my name now.
Okay, so that's Dennis.
And the next one, police and fire.
I do that one. Nobody else wants it. Somebody else wants it.
Wrestling with you over it.
And then the next one is
Solid waste.
solid waste. Recycling department.
Want that, Dennis?
No, I'm good.
I'll do it.
Okay. Because
See
you're
how
not
these
really
other
sure
three
what it
goes
means.
first.
Yeah.
See, last time Roger was only on one of them. This is how it happened.
Bring that up.
Roger was on it, on one of them,
Right.
and now he's on 3 of them.
Yeah.
For next year.
When I said some people's names are on there a lot, I wasn't referring to.
Wasn't referring to Roger. Oh, no. Okay.
So we'll get him next year.
Yeah. That was fair warning, I think.
Yep.
So now,
I think did we have a first and a second already?
Yes.
so we have a first and second?
Yep.
Okay,
Second on that?
I think Roger did.
Roger.
Yeah.
all in favor? Okay. Okay, discussion decision to schedule a goal-setting workshop.
Sure.
Sounds fabulous.
Make it happen. What's available?
Well, sometimes we do these,
Sometime, yeah.
Before the meeting?
sometimes we do these before a meeting.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
July 23rd sound good?
Better day
So
for
not
me.
next week.
I think I'm not gonna be here that Tuesday. I'm gonna be on a vacation,
All right.
a real vacation, like going away.
I'm going away.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm kind of like, on the night, just in case something were to happen to my flight.
She's planning on not coming back on time.
You weren't supposed to tell anyone that. I don't know if you wanted to push it out to August 13th, or if you wanted to do it on a different day. We're pretty open to ideas.
9th? The 23rd? No, not 23rd, 9th.
Right, so I mean, we could do the 9th. I am flying back on the 8th. I do plan on being here the 9th. So we could do that.
I don't know.
Okay.
What, the 9th of July?
If my flight gets canceled, you guys can proceed with that,
Yeah.
that's fine. Yeah, yeah, so 4:30?
We can operate without you.
Yeah, that's fine too. So July 9th at 4:30. You know, stuff that we want to add or change in the unfinished business list, that's some of the stuff that we go over. And then, also, we might want to talk about things that we might want to discuss at our joint meeting with the planning board, such as any ordinances we might want to work on this coming year. So,
And do we have to review the guidelines again?
yeah, do you want to put review of the guidelines on that?
Sure.
Okay. So,
I make a motion that we meet for a workshop on July 9th at 4:30.
Second?
First, second, any further discussion? All in favor? Discussion regarding the Mechanic Street School. I asked to have this put on, back on May 22nd. We did discuss that property, in executive session. And it's just sitting there, getting worse. And I just thought that we should make it, start figuring out what we want to do with the building, the property. And if we decide that we want to let it go, how we want that to look like. So, here we be. My theory is if we haven't done anything with it, I don't know if we're planning on doing anything with it, that we should get rid of it. And hopefully somebody can make some use out of it.
Was there any historical value there?
honestly, I could check to see, I don't know if it's on the historic bridge. I don't know that it's on the historic registry. I think we checked on this.
I'd like to see us have some more information about the building and the size of the lot and the age of the building, and just some, before we make a decision about what to do.
So, so age, condition, lot size.
Needs a lot of work.
Square footage of the building even.
Yeah,
Probably in the assessor's
tax card.
office.
Yep.
You've already done the historical aspect. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that would be
Pretty
good
sure that was
if we could have that information before we come to the, so we can get them with our packets.
Right. I'll see what we can pull up.
And Jeff will
Matter of
let
fact,
us know on the historical reg.
yep.
Pretty sure we checked on that once before, but
I'm pretty confident we checked on that as well.
because I thought it was, and I was kind of shocked when they said that wasn't.
Age, you write age on that?
Age, condition, lot size,
Got it.
and then I wrote tax card, historical info, and with the tax card, I guess that was for square footage. That should be in there, so.
So if you could
Bring
just
that back.
Put that on next
Yep.
agenda.
So, 7-9 agenda.
Treasurer's warrants to be approved in the amount of $1,129,322.75.
So moved.
Second.
We have a first and second. Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 5-0. Any other business?
We get to sign.
Any unfinished business?
Working on it.
We're working on that, and then I'm sure we'll have a new list. We'll continue working on what we have here. We'll sign documents and adjourn meeting, and we'll see everybody in the morning, because we'll still be here signing documents.